Today we're going to try Stouffer's stuffed pepper, which is very interesting to me. I found this at my local grocery store, H-E-B. It was, let me see here, I have it on a tab over here, $3.62. But they sell these everywhere. At Walmart, you get them in 2-packs. They don't have single packages like this. This is a 10-ounce single pack. They have 2 packs and they have family sized. But the point is, it's a stuffed bell pepper, which is something I genuinely enjoy. I make from time to time. Don't buy too often because bell peppers are actually quite expensive these days. So I generally just don't make it because it's also a lot of work to make stuffed bell peppers. And I don't want to spend the money or the effort to really do it. So I'm hoping that this is going to be a good substitute. I've never bought it specifically because I assumed that a frozen stuffed bell pepper would suck. Like, the idea of this coming out good seems kind of weird to me. Just because of the nature of a stuffed bell pepper. But thinking about it, I think going oven could make this turn out pretty good. So, oven instructions here, 50 minutes on, have extra time oven, preheat oven to 350 degrees, cut film to vent, place tray on baking sheet, center rack, cook for 50 minutes, and then let stand 1 minute. So it's going to be about an hour to make this in the oven. Need Stouffer's fast, 7.5 minutes in a microwave, cut film to vent, cook on high 7.5 minutes, and let stand for 1 minute. So you can get it quickly, but we're going to do the oven because I really do want this to turn out good. I'm very, very, very hopeful. The only thing missing from this that I put in my stuffed bell peppers is a little bit of cheese, but maybe I'll add it myself. Who knows? Let me put it in the oven and we'll see what it looks like. Wait, no. See what it looks like right now, and then I'll put it in the oven and see what it looks like. And, I gotta say, the amount of like tomato sauce is a little much for me, but maybe it's needed to kind of keep it moist during cooking. But it makes it very hard to see any detail of what this is going to actually look like in terms of the meat and rice stuffing or whatever. So yeah, I'm gonna put it in the oven and see what it actually looks like. All right, got my stuffed pepper out of the oven here in its little bowl of tomato soup. Looks decent. It doesn't, it doesn't look too bad. It actually smells pretty good. It smells a little more tomatoey than I was expecting. I'll be honest, when I make stuffed bell peppers at home, I don't really use tomato sauce. I don't bathe my stuffed bell peppers in tomato sauce at all. That's kind of a new concept to me, but I don't hate it. I'm ready to embrace the tomato sauce bath, I suppose. So let me stop delaying and get into here. Hopefully it's not too hot. Actually, let me do this and see how this bell pepper looks outside of its bath, and hopefully not drop it. There we go. Yeah, decent size. Half a bell pepper, I guess, is what you would call that. But it feels very hefty in my hand. And if it tastes good, that would be nice. Wouldn't it? I don't know. All right. It's got ground beef mix in there. I'm trying to get a good piece of bell pepper, but it's actually a little bit hard to cut this bell pepper with just a fork. All right. There we go. There we go. Got a piece there with some meat and juice on it and some rice. Let's try that. I don't want to burn my mouth on a bell pepper. That would be pretty unfortunate. So I'm going to make this part extra long and ensure that I don't burn my mouth by blowing on this even more. All right, a bit of mixed feelings on this one. I still got some bell pepper left in here and some beef. Very odd flavor combination in my opinion. As I said, stuffed bell peppers to me don't have tomato sauce, not a bath of tomato sauce at the very least. Generally they have cheese on top and they're baked in the oven, blah blah blah. That's the style I'm used to. I don't know if the tomato sauce bath is another kind of style, but what it screams to me of, based on my tasting, is they needed a cheaper way to make a stuffed bell pepper because cheese is expensive, and bell peppers are expensive, and beef is expensive. So they decided to go with tomato sauce and use that sauce to basically cover up the cheap beef flavor, because the cheap beef in here is not terrible. Like, the texture is a little off, I'll admit, but the taste is basically non-existent, and it's almost overwhelmingly tomatoes and bell peppers that you're going to get from this. The beef is almost there like a filler, and it's weird that there's not more rice in here. Like, you would think that they would fill it out with more rice, but they don't. There's not a lot of rice at all. There is a decent amount of the cheap beef, and I don't know if that beef has like textured protein in it, but it feels like it based on the texture of it. Now, on the ingredients, we have green pepper, followed by cooked ground beef. So on the ingredients, it does make sense. Rice is after that. Then we got a bunch of crazy stuff: rolled oats, white vinegar, soybean oil, a bunch of crazy stuff I've never heard of that fills it out. So yeah, the point is, I feel like I do kind of like the taste of this meal, and I feel kind of good about eating a stuffed bell pepper with tomatoes. Like, even though I know this is not healthy, it feels better than a lot of other frozen meals to eat, because, you know, you're eating half of a bell pepper. And it's not bad necessarily, it's just cheap. And it kind of sucks that they cheaped out on something that was so interesting, like a stuffed bell pepper. Because if this was made in the normal way, with better quality beef, and you took the tomato sauce out and put cheese in, and changed the ratios and made it more traditional, I would probably love that. And it came out okay in the oven. Again, that probably is part of the reason why they have the tomato sauce in there, not just for cheapness, but also for the ability to not burn, and, you know, keep some moisture while it's cooking. I'm guessing that's also another reason why they do that, but it's regrettable in my opinion, because it could be a lot better than it is. As it is, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 3 out of 5. I don't hate it. I'm going to finish the rest of this, but I probably will not buy it again because it doesn't scratch the stuffed bell pepper itch for me. I need the cheese. I need a good ground beef and not the cheap filler covered by tomato sauce, because what you're getting here again is basically a bell pepper swimming in tomato sauce. And it tastes fine. The tomato sauce is all right. It's actually decent, but that's all it is. It's like, it's there to cover up the flavor of the beef, which has no flavor, and the rice, which also has no flavor. And yeah, that's the sum of it, I guess. So 3 out of 5. I guess worth a shot if you think the idea of a tomato-based stuffed bell pepper sounds good. You might like it, but I'm missing the traditional. And with that, I will see you all next time.